Time to have a look at the French newspapers. Florence is here with the press review today. We had a break yesterday, but divisions within the opposition back on the front page of Le Figaro today, aren't they?
They just won't give it a rest,
no.
will they?
Well, it's an intriguing story, isn't it?
It is an intriguing story, and Le Figaro says that these divisions are settling in. Now, François Fillon and Jean-François Copé, the two men who are struggling for the leadership of the UMP, both claim to have won the election. They met again last night, but they didn't manage to find a way out of this leadership struggle. And last week, François Fillon created a breakaway parliamentary group of the UMP called the Rassemblement UMP, so with the very unfortunate acronym RUMP, and he's refusing to dissolve it. So that means that the RUMP and the UMP will be two separate opposition groups in Parliament, and that means that deputies, though they're part of the same party, are going to be part of two separate groups. Now, today, the RUMP is going to be asking questions for the very first time to the government, and it could get a little awkward because Jean-François Copé and François Fillon will be sitting very near each other in the Parliament today. In their editorial, Le Figaro points out that in 2012, the UMP lost everything except for the art of being ridiculous, and has very, very harsh words for both François Fillon and Jean-François Copé. And it says that this split down the line is not at all ideological. It's due to some sort of what it calls a selfish impulse of these two leaders. And it says that this bickering that's going on between them is not only irrational, it's completely absurd and only the fault of the two men.
Looking forward to seeing the TV pictures of them close together. That'll be intriguing, won't it? Le Figaro also looking at how the former president, Nicolas Sarkozy, is reacting to all this.
That's right. Now, he tried to mediate this crisis, and in the end, he was completely ignored. So Le Figaro says that this situation has shown the limits of his power, and it's quite a personal defeat for him. And Le Figaro says that it's probably the last time he'll get his hands dirty in this struggle.
Not all sunny on the other side of the street, though. The left-leaning paper Libération is still trying to figure out François Hollande's political style 6 months after he was elected president.
6 months, yes. Libération says it's not 50 shades of grey, but 4 shades of pink for François Hollande. And they say that 6 months after he was elected, he's still this political enigma. It's unclear just what his doctrine is. And Libération says, does he represent something new, or is he a mix, kind of a reincarnation of 4 former socialist leaders who were Jacques Delors, former president, François Mitterrand, Jean-Pierre Chevènement, and Lionel Jospin? Is he some sort of a chameleon of these 4 men? In their editorial, Libération says it's not because he's hesitant that he's very unclear about his doctrine. It's because he's playing it safe. But Libération does point out that that Hollande needs to start taking some risk. It's time for him to show his true colors. It's interesting to note that Les Echos, the business daily, is also asking a similar question. It wonders, is Hollande a neophyte, or is he a new sphinx? So this same idea, just who is he? What's his style? What is Hollandism, as they're calling it here? And it's interesting that 6 months after he was elected, people are still trying to figure him out.
Not quite sure, are you? It's certainly a different style to Nicolas Sarkozy, isn't it? French newspapers also looking at a bit of a highly symbolic visit that François Hollande is going to make in a couple of weeks' time.
That's right. François Hollande is going to Algeria on December 19th and the 20th, and this is in Le Monde, which points out that this is a very symbolic and sensitive visit, given the complicated and often tragic history between France and its former colony, Algeria. This is the 3rd time that a French president will visit Algeria since Algeria became independent in 1962. Algeria celebrated the 50th anniversary of that independence this year. And it's a 3rd attempt, according to Le Monde, to solidify the reconciliation between the two countries, because there have been ups and downs between the two countries since Algeria's independence, and both sides, according to Le Monde, are preparing this visit very carefully. François Hollande, for instance, knows that people will be paying very close attention to the words that he uses to try and heal the wounds of the past. Now, one thing he does have going for him is the fact that France voted in favor of Palestine being granted this new non-member observer status at the UN. So that's something that's in his favor. And also on the Algerian side, President Abdelaziz Bouteflika, he wants to end his 3rd term on a positive note, and that would be of having this image of harmony between Algeria and France.
Okay, no doubt a visit that we'll follow in a couple of weeks' time here on France 24. Florence, thanks very much. Florence with the French newspapers.